Good evening and welcome to the Whitewater Wind Down. I'm Grace Caputo alongside Ashley Carroll. So, did you see the recent launch into space?
Oh yeah, I saw that Katy Perry is the first pop star to be launched into space.
How do you feel about that? I'm a little iffy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they should have chose another pop star at least. Like, why Katy Perry?
Yeah, I saw that. So they were in space for a total of 11 minutes, but I had seen something on the internet, like true or false, that it was like $1 million per minute in space.
Oh my god.
And I was like, you're trying to mock us? Like people who can't go into space? Like, it seems like
Yeah, I think we could have, spent that money on something a lot more valuable than sending some people into space for 11 minutes.
Totally. But I did like to see the all-female representation. I thought that was really great. But
that was for sure great. I just think that Katy Perry took a lot of the heat off of some of the others, and it's like they're not getting any recognition. It's all about Katy Perry because she's a pop star.
Totally. I think she announced her tour set list in space too.
Oh yeah.
It was very interesting.
Had to be the center of attention.
Yeah. Well, if you ever got the chance to go into space, would you?
I would say no, to be honest. I think I'm good right here on Earth. I think I'd be scared going into space. What about you?
I hate being dizzy. Spinny rides are no can do.
Oh, same here.
So space, movies and stuff, usually seeing the stars makes me really dizzy, so I don't even know if I could handle it. I'd probably freak out.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably start feeling sick too.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Well, we'll be right back with more on the Whitewater Wind Down after this.
What does it mean to be a war hawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a war hawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the war hawk way.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Tau Kappa Epsilon and Sigma 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 partnered together to hold their annual St. Baldrick's event to help fight childhood cancer on Sunday, April 13th. During the event, a significant number of men from Teak shaved their heads in support. There were also silent auctions, food, games, and more. Peyton Waltz has more on the story.
The decade-long St. Baldrick's fundraiser, held in memory of Andrew Derwinski, continues to raise thousands of dollars for childhood cancer research. For members of Greek life and the wider campus community, this event is not just a fundraiser, it's personal.
The cause is really important to me. I have friends affected by the disease, and obviously one of our own brothers passed away a few years ago, so it's just something that means a lot to a lot of us, and yeah, I really appreciate what we do, and it helped us raise a lot of money, so that's why I did it.
Over the years, this event has grown in size and meaning. Alumni and current students alike have been inspired to take part, many motivated by the loss of their own friends, family, brothers, and loved ones to cancer.
This event was really important to my big just because a couple years before we got involved with it, he actually lost a sister that passed away from cancer as well. Every year he was always really involved, trying to raise as much money as he can. He always shaved his head every single year. It was important to him, and it made it important to a lot of people. Obviously, since his passing, it's been nice that Teak has kind of kept this tradition going and named the event after him.
For some, shaving their heads is a new experience. For others, it's a tradition, a powerful annual commitment they've carried on for years.
I did it for the last 2 years, and this is my 3rd year in a row. It is a sacrifice, but I don't really see it like that because it grows back. It's like I look a little goofy for a month or so. Who really cares?
What makes this event especially impactful is the partnership between two Greek life organizations, Teak and Sigma Sigma Sigma, both of which have been deeply affected by cancer within their own communities.
They had a couple sisters who were affected by childhood cancer, unfortunately. One of our brothers, Andrew, his sister passed away from cancer, so he offered to shave his head himself. And they liked that so much, it raised so much money that they offered to partner with us, and we've been doing it ever since.
The St. Baldrick's fundraiser is known for bringing together the community, family, and friends, as well as banding together Greek life with the original goal of donating $25,000.
Since Sigmas aren't technically shaving their heads, it's still really nice to raise money and find a cure for childhood cancer. Today we've raised over 30 grand now.
Thanks to their dedication, the fundraiser not only honors those they've lost, but also offers hope to children and young adults around the world battling cancer.
I think everybody should come support the fraternities, sororities, the kids, and also how much good they're doing all across the country, because we're just one small chapter, and they're doing a great job.
To contribute or learn more, visit stbaldricks.org. For UWW-TV, this has been Peyton Walls.
Thanks, Peyton.
Well, I think it's amazing that they raised over $30,000 to help with childhood cancer.
Totally. It's like such a great sacrifice for the men to shave their heads.
Oh, for sure. And they all seemed so excited to be there and be able to help out.
Totally. And it was great to see a lot of alumni and family members who were in attendance as well. Well, stay tuned for more on the Whitewater Wind Down after this.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a war hawk. Come Don't miss out on your chance to be a war hawk
at UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Welcome to the Whitewater Forensics team, where we ignite voices and foster connections. With 3 to 4 hours of practice weekly, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. From energizing warm-ups to passionate storytelling, we build confidence and creativity. Join our close-knit team, conquer public speaking fears, and advocate for your story. With over 100 awards annually, become part of a community where every voice matters.
Welcome to the world today on UWW-TV. I'm Leran Grajcevse.
And I'm Ruba Verghese. Now here's what's happening around the world. President Donald Trump has compared his policies along with global reactions to medicine, saying, quote, "Sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something." On the international level, world leaders have expressed their concern and dislike for what the United States leaders are allowing to happen to financial markets and how these actions will have long-term effects. And we'll have more of the world today after a quick break.
European Union voted to approve its first set of retaliatory measures against U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum. The duties would start being collected on April 15th with tariffs on U.S. imports. A second set of measures follow on May 15th. The tariffs are targeting a wide range of goods, including poultry, grains, clothing, and metals. The EU has now released a final list of impacted products and has not released new information to the press at this time.
Beijing has vowed to, quote, fight to the end, hours when US President Donald Trump threatened to double the tariffs on China. Now that the threat has come to fulfillment, products like smartphones, computers, lithium-ion batteries, toys, and video games consoles will be affected in both American and Asian economy. Experts are worried about the speed at which this is happening, leaving governments, businesses, and investors little time to adjust or prepare for a different global economy.
A man from Maine was deported in March for falsely being accused of belonging to a gang in El Salvador. A lawsuit was filed by the man and his family challenging the legality of his deportation. The U.S. Supreme Court awaited a response from President Donald Trump's administration to solve this error. The man's lawyers state, quote, he has never been charged with a crime in any country. He is not wanted by the government of El Salvador.
The White House recently imposed an import tax of 10% on Australian goods. But for China, Australia's biggest trading partner, raised tariffs over 125%. China's ambassador to Australia argued joint resistance is, quote, the only way to stop the tariff war that has broken out of the United States. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, however, said Australians should speak for themselves and would not be, quote, holding China's hand.
And we'll have more of The World Today after a quick break.
Bonsoir à tous. Hola. Hej, hur är läget?
Marhaba.
Ni hao.
Konnichiwa. UW Whitewater International Student Association is a student organization brings both international students and national students together to share their cultural experience and beliefs. The ISA also collaborates with other student organizations in UW Whitewater. The International Dinner is one of the most unique events that ISA have for every spring semester, which serves all kinds of food from different countries, and it invites students to show their talent on the dinner. So what are you waiting for? Come join the ISA today.
We are ISA.
After a Chicago-sized iceberg broke off from Antarctica, a research team changed plans and went to explore an underwater world never seen before by humans. Using Schmidt Ocean Institute's remotely operated vehicle, the team observed the deep sea floor for 8 days and found flourishing ecosystems at depths as great as 3,900 feet. Their observation includes large corals and sponges supporting ice fish, giant sea spiders, and rare giant phantom jellyfish.
For more updates, check us out at uwwtv.org. I'm Vibha Varghese.
And I'm Bleran Grajcevcic, and this has been The World Today on UWW-TV.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you got to see what's on UWW-TV.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow, and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Welcome to For the Health of It. I am your host, Isabel Beasley, and today we're going to talk about healthy eating. Everybody's got to eat, but it's important to consider what you're putting into your body and exactly what your body's using it for. In this episode, we will cover the basics of good eating habits, debunk some misconceptions about eating healthy, and give you some tips on how you can eat healthier. You've probably heard a lot of people talk about healthy eating, but it's hard to know exactly what that means. Simply put, healthy eating is a way of eating food that helps your body stay healthy. You should try to eat from food groups that provide good nutrients to your body and try to avoid food with added sugars, sodium, saturated fats, and trans fats. If you remember learning about the food pyramid or the food plate, you might recognize the food groups that you should be targeting. You should be eating plenty of fruit, vegetables, proteins, dairy, and grains, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Healthy eating helps deliver energy, nutrients, vitamins, and minerals to your body. Maintain a healthy body weight and lower your risk of diseases, such as heart disease or diabetes. That's great and all, but eating healthy can be a lot trickier than you may think. For example, some parts of food groups are healthier than others. For instance, whole grain foods like oats and brown rice are better for you than refined grains like pasta and white rice. Plus, believe it or not, there are fats and oils that are good for you, like the ones found in avocados, butter, and eggs. The food groups aren't as cut dry as you may think. To top it off, eating healthy relies on your access to healthy food, and that can be affected by the distance to your nearest grocery store, how much money you have to pay for these groceries, and how much time you have to prepare the food. Eating healthy can seem complicated and overwhelming. But healthy eating is not a binary, you either do it or you don't situation. You don't have to go on crazy diets or quit eating altogether in order to be healthy. The point of eating is that your body needs the nutrients in food so it can function. Depriving yourself of that is not healthy at all. There are plenty of little steps you can take in order to eat healthier. Try to add fruits and vegetables as part of your meal when you can. If you're looking for a snack, have some fruit or trail mix alongside your bag of chips. When you're eating on campus, look for food items marked with these symbols. They're good sources of vegetables and protein. You don't have to completely cut everything out, just make a conscious effort to target healthy food too. Finally, healthy eating is very personalized. What may be healthy for one person might not be for another. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. In order to find out more steps that you can take to eat healthy, visit www.myplate.gov to make a personalized plan to help you get healthier based on your age, weight, gender, activity level, and more. Let's make a healthier world, just for the health of it. For UWW-TV, I'm Isabel Beasley.
The university is recognizing National Student Employment Week. It's a time dedicated to celebrating the contributions of student employees across college campuses nationwide.
Here at UW-Whitewater, student workers play an essential role in nearly every department, from residence life and dining services to academic offices, tech support, and more.
In fact, over the past year, UW-Whitewater invested nearly $5.4 million into student employment. That funding helps provide meaningful on-campus work experiences that support students financially and professionally.
These roles aren't just jobs. They're opportunities for students to develop leadership skills, build resumes, and connect with the campus community in powerful ways. Be sure to take a moment to recognize and appreciate the student employees who help keep this campus running strong.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Have you heard of URA?
We're part of Whitewater and our own thing.
Come on, we'll show you.
I learned how to be a college student here, and now I'm headed off to Madison to study global health, and I know I'm ready.
People like me who aren't a fan of big crowds would really like UROC because it's welcoming and it's laid back.
My advisor helped me figure out my schedule, organize my time, fill out my FAFSA, and figure out what classes I liked and how to turn that into a major. And if I had to do it again, I would choose UROC.
You ready to rock?
You belong here.
That was Alex DeLeo with So We Go Here on 91.7 The Edge, your station for sports, news, and of course, music, with our extensive music library of alternative, rock, and hip-hop. All for you, all right here on 91.7 The Edge.
The UW Whitewater Bookstore is your one-stop shop for apparel, textbooks, and technology. Stop in for a wide selection of gifts from our alumni, family, and name brand sections. Need to purchase or rent a textbook? Head downstairs to Textbook Services. Check out our new custom shop and create personalized apparel for your organization. Need a charger, laptop, or headphones? Our new technology section has everything you might need. For more information and bookstore hours, visit uwwhitewaterbookstore.com.
Welcome to This Week in Wisconsin History. This week, we'll be covering the 1864 engineering feat of a Wisconsin lumberman that saved 30,000 Union troops in the Civil War. By April 1864, the Union's Red River Campaign was considered a disastrous failure, forcing the Army and Navy to retreat down Louisiana's unpredictable Red River toward New Orleans. The Mississippi River Squadron journeyed south under persistent enemy fire to Alexandria, where the 33-vessel fleet was faced with a mile-long stretch of rapids, flanked on either end by 6-foot waterfalls. These treacherous conditions were further exacerbated by the river's rapid drop in water level to just over 3 feet, effectively grounding the squadron's heavier vessels and halting the Union retreat in its tracks. Stuck with battered warships and dwindling supplies, the Union's only two options seemed to be fighting off surrounding enemies while willing water levels to rise, or abandoning the entire fleet to the Confederates and continuing their retreat to New Orleans. A third option was proposed by Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Bailey, chief engineer of the 19th Corps, to correct the low water levels of the river by building a series of dams. Before the war, Bailey had worked in Kilburn City, Wisconsin, or present-day Wisconsin Dells, as a civil engineer and lumberman for over 10 years. Bailey's considerable experience building dams on the Wisconsin River to help float logs down to the sawmills led him to suggest that same idea a month prior, which had been mocked. Now, running out of time, options, and hope, the campaign commanders ultimately decided to go along with Bailey's plan. 3,000 troops were assigned to aid in the construction effort that began April 30th, including engineers from the 97th and 99th U.S. Colored Troops and other experienced loggers from Wisconsin, Maine, and New York regiments. After more than a week of nonstop work on the dams, the water level had risen over 5 feet, allowing some of the fleet's smaller ships to pass through the chute over the upper falls. The following morning, May 9th, the building water pressure suddenly broke 2 barges free of the main dam, creating a rushing torrent of water. The Navy seized the opportunity to send 4 of their vessels over the falls and through the 150-foot gap, inciting boisterous celebration from the thousands of spectators gathered along the riverbanks. With renewed confidence in Bailey's plan, crews worked quickly to make adjustments and repairs. 4 days later, on May 13th, the remaining squadron ships were able to breach the dam and successfully navigate the rapids, allowing the Union forces to finally continue their downstream journey to safety. Despite the overall failure of the expedition itself, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Bailey gained national recognition for his heroic ingenuity during the Red River Campaign, which saved 30,000 Union troops and the Mississippi River Squadron, a fleet worth around $2 million at the time. Bailey would be one of only 15 Army officers to receive an official thanks of Congress for their service during the Civil War. And that's what happened this week in Wisconsin history.
Welcome back to the Whitewater Wind Down. Well, this past weekend was Coachella. What did you think about some of the outfits?
I didn't really see too many of them, but I saw Paris Hilton's outfit. That one was definitely a memorable one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to feel. I felt like there were better outfits, like just combinations in the past, so this year was like a little underwhelming. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I don't know. I did like Paris's outfit. I mean, I wouldn't like it personally to wear, but I think for Paris it worked, and I loved the sunglasses that she was wearing. She is definitely iconic.
Well, if you had a brand pay for you to go to Coachella, but you had to wear their outfits and they were ugly, would you still go?
I mean, yeah, if I like the people playing, like if Lana Del Rey was playing at Coachella and they paid for my ticket, I would wear a trash bag to see her.
Honestly, I totally agree. It's like, it's not like my wedding, it's not like prom, like I'm just here for the live music, so I would definitely still go.
Same here.
Did you see any of the TikToks about the traffic fiasco that happened?
Oh yeah, I saw one headline that called it Carmageddon.
Oh my gosh. No, I can't believe, like, there were some people sitting in line for like 13 hours just to like park their car and set up camp. I think that is insane, and I hope they solve that issue next year.
I know, I cannot imagine being in traffic. I hate traffic. Being in it for that long was, ugh. Well, it looks like that is all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Whitewater Wind Down. We'll see you next week for more news, entertainment, and sports. Have a great weekend and stay tuned to UWW TV.